you want to do things right? To keep up with keeping your lives tight. Tight as in being right with the truth of true insight. Who of you want to do things right? Who of you want to truly succeed in attaining all in that which is your need? To be heard by the real answerer of all deeds, the true hero of all whom pleads. Who of you really want to bow down to the true King of Kings commanding the crown? To worship the one that ever rules alone, commanding everything of creation from the seat of its throne.
Another blessing be within and about your presence.
Peace, another blessing be within and about your presence.
Yes, we're going to continue on from our conversation from the previous show concerning the reality of the message. Ahezaah had fired us up with this message of this giving forth this word today for the time and time. I'm looking back at what the Lord's apostle gave to us recently concerning why he's really here. Many people think that the Lord would send a man as a guide, or many people don't believe that, I should say, and believe that the Lord is leaving the world to itself, that the devil's in control of what's going on today. But his message of the reality of the Lord as being here and present, and him being a part of the prophecy of Revelations 5:5, is a continuation of the Lord's ever sending and ever giving of its mercy for the world today. It's calling the world back to the reality of it. How do you feel and what do you believe about that?
Well, we talked about the mission of Lord Ahezaah, sending forth his messengers in times past, and more specifically, we're talking about this time.
Okay.
And what the messenger, Lord Holy-Apostle Deen, won for this day, the word of the Lord, and what he's commissioned to do, and that basically preparing and teaching the people to be of Ahezaah, to literally now change up their ways of being and learn how to be of the Lord, the true reality that is the Lord of all worlds, different in a way from their concepts and what religion is supposed to be like, or what they think and trust, whether they trust the government or the politics or their religions or their educators or whatever. The Lord of all worlds is expressing its reality by sending its very real and human and the one with the voice, its message today to relate and the relationship to it beyond the imaginations of the people of the world. And whatever it is the people that imagine is what real is.
Yes, I think about what you're saying because in my living on this earth for 40 years now, meeting people of religion, and realize that they all talk about the relationship with the Lord that they all proclaim, they profess to have. I know you may have met some yourself, but I know many Christians that they have a relationship with Jesus. With Jesus.
Yes.
And Holy Apostle gave us something that was so funny. He said, there's but one Jesus. Now, how all of them have a relationship with Jesus? Over billions of Christians in the world today professing to have that same one relationship.
Right.
And he gave the reality that once Ahezaah brought him back to it, that he's not responsible for what the method he gave to the people at the time. Now they're all claiming to believe and that their relationship with the Lord is with Jesus, not the real reality of the Father G that they speak about.
Yeah.
But him being here today and impressing upon us that the relationship that you can have with the Lord for real, the relationship that the Lord, because it's given to everything, is for everyone that truly seek to be of his way. He gave us down the path of prescription that is sent down in his books, his covenant for the day.
For real, in the way that Jesus had a relationship with the Lord, and that Moses had a relationship with the Lord.
And how he had a relationship with the Lord now.
Our Lord Holy-Apostle Deen this day has a relationship
and that Ahezaah is real.
The very reality of the Lord of all worlds, and not just the imaginations of the people based upon what they've been taught by their religious leaders or other scholars and like as to what supposedly the true relationship with the Lord. No, it's going to be an actual, it's an actual teaching that the people are being brought forth to the reality that is actually an unfathomable, ultimately the infinite reality that is Ahezaah. And we are just simply the finite. We're the ones that have the limitations, expressed limitation of Ahezaah, of the creation of Ahezaah, who is without limitation. But it's reality that's going to show itself and manifest itself as the people of past time experience the reality, and we're tried by that reality.
Definitely. Something we look at, because people have taken the words of the Lord, and what they read in the holy books. Yeah. And to them, they let the imagination run wild in the sense that they fantasize this true relationship, this being near to the Lord. Because I hear many people say again, the Lord's all forgiving, so all the sins I commit, it's all right because I've been forgiven. That's the only thing many Christians today confess. They put out the forth to the world that, as long as I make the church on Sunday, I do my thing during the week, but the Lord is forgiving. So,
but Muslims must, and it's not to.
I'm not attacking. No,
Absolutely.
It's not about attacking, but bringing forth the truth. They know that I've heard say more than Muslim. Muslim thing is now their thing is a whole totally different thing in the sense that they say you have this many children, they're virgins, you go into paradise, and they
5 prayers and don't miss your 5
prayers. You go into paradise, you make the pilgrimage to Hajj.
I think it's automatic. But it kind of brings to like the reported teaching of Jesus of Nazareth, say having the letter of the law, but not necessarily the spirit of the law. You know, not really understanding what the reality of that law is about and how you're supposed to interact and be about it. You know, within how do we discussed it last in the previous show about even in your personal life, your most personal part of yourself is under the command and jurisdiction of Ahezaah.
We've always been taught by Lord Holy-Apostle Deen from Ahezaah that religion is your way of life. See, religion goes beyond going to your synagogue, your masjids, and churches. Your way of life from the time you wake up to the time you lay back down, it's all about remembering your Lord and how to serve your Lord and the way He's guided you to serve it. See, people have gotten away from the very thing that they've been saying that they profess to believe in. But Ahezaah is making it known now that all that's been hidden, part of that breaking the seals again, is putting out this word, putting out this truth that all that you striving to be of is here for you now. The covenant is here. The agreement is here now. The Lord is here now. You know, that's something that's
different from what, like I said, what the people have been tricked into thinking how Ahezaah is going to come to them. You know, they got a sense. They've been told that it's going to be. It has been messengers that's been sent before the message of the noted names that we mentioned. You know, but then they think that they got an idea of how the messenger is going to be, how he's going to speak, what he's going to talk about, who are the people that he's going to address. But what the people have been duped and swayed away from is the reality that Ahezaah, the Lord Allah, the Lord Jehovah, Elohim, that one same Lord is truly truly real and is independent of the imaginations of the people and the creator of the imaginations of those people. So it's, basically through those imaginations, through the imaginations of our minds, that the lesson will come, that the word will now come, that the people will have to turn from those areas that they were once brought to into another place that Ahezaah has expressed, and that the Lord Holy-Apostle Deen is now commissioned to tell us that we must be in a way to be and have a true relationship with the Lord.
Well, many of them believe what they say may come to pass. Many of them believe, but they're being tricked by the devil today. But Ahezaah chooses servants of who it desires to choose.
It independently chooses the servant.
Independently choose. Because like I said, they have taken, like you said before, what the messenger will look like when he comes. But many, like I said before, have turned away from the Lord's message itself and saying that it will not raise any more messengers today.
Yes.
And that's the thing, that people have shut themselves off a great amount, not denying what the Lord will do.
Right.
They say, all we keep saying what the Lord won't do. It won't do this, it won't do that. It won't destroy the town. But Ahezaah is showing us in his words that it did destroy towns and nations and countries.
But it's convenient for us to now, for the people now to say, well, it won't do it again. It's not going to do it again, so I don't have anything to worry about. The world is perfect now. It's in order, and all you have to do is get in line with the laws that the Lord set forth, according to my favorite minister or my favorite imam or my favorite religious leader, whomever else. As long as I'm in order, make my 5 prayers a day, go to church every Sunday, go to the synagogue every Saturday, and everything is on place. Make sure I don't eat the pork, whatever it is, I don't disobey the Lord. I'm going to be in place because I've got my Lord. I've got the Lord of all worlds measured and figured out, and I know how to be and I know how to fit in. I got this under control. That's
true. That's true. Whatever they believe, though, they want to be right or wrong. But what Ahezaah is showing them today is that what it deems right, what it deems wrong, is what must be followed, must be given. Holy-Apostle Deen is a sign of that, giving of that word. He is the standard bearer of the true way of righteousness, like Jesus was in his time when he said, those who come, no one come to the Father but by me. This is the day and time that the Lord who want to truly surrender and come unto the Lord have been given an opportunity and a great blessing from the Lord Most High to come the way that he is, because he's of the real. He's showing how to come back to the Lord, have that true relationship, as you said before, with the Lord.
Just when you understand when it's reported that Jesus is, it is through me by which way that you come to the Lord, that Moses, you have to reflect on the story of Moses. The laws came to Moses and Moses alone, even in the matter of his brother and his sister, they had to stand aside and recognize that he was the fathom, that he was the port by which you reach the Lord of all worlds, by which you express and you obey the command of the Lord of all worlds. In the matter of Muhammad, Muhammad. It's generally understood that the Quran is the word of the Lord of all worlds, you know. But it's missed out that that Quran was funneled through that messenger, that porter, you know. So that's the expression of the reality, and thus we have that reality that's expressing itself in open form again today to the people of this world. Basically, the English speaking, or those people who desire to understand the English speaking, the Western civilization, you know, the modern day civilization here in the year 2005, and what we call the second millennium. This is of the Christian era, the so-called Christian era, you know, beginning of the third millennium. Yeah.
Right. Going back to what piggybacking what you were just talking about them being the medium, which Ahezaah brings forth his words to the world today. They're the standard bearer of the Lord given to them, and they're the one that they'll be judged by the Lord, according as it says of his word in his books. But people, like you said, overlook many of the words of the Lord, because Ahezaah said, like you said about the Quran, for example, it is the criterion of all the books that came before and that which to come. It is the standard which Ahezaah judges with that which is right and that which is wrong, but people have mistaken and missed now. You know, many of the Muslims now have gotten away from the Lord's words itself and turned to other books. You know, books of many sayings that saying this because the Lord's book must be supported by this book. Ahezaah's word stands alone. Ahezaah's men stand alone by what the Lord has given, and they're firm in faith and what the Lord gives to them to bring forth to the people, not worrying about what's being said, but them being men. Many times people want to put frailties on them, but Ahezaah keeps them, girds them, and keeps them strong, and what it gives them for the world to carry them forth for the world today.
You know, and as blessed, I would say, as noble as it is for those to follow the books that are left, or the message of the words that are left. It is the message of those who are how they're supposed to be prepared and wait for the reality of the Lord, or the reality of the messages. I should say, respect the reality of the message that came in past times, and to wait and respect the reality of the messages that are to come. You say, so the people are truly following those words of the books that they profess to believe and to follow, then they will be better prepared for what has come today, what has come with the messenger today. They will be better prepared to look and to follow and to take heed and to listen to what is being given by the Lord of all, what is being given by the Lord Holy-Apostle Deen, so that they can best evaluate and know whether this thing is real, I need to obey. It's time that I turn to the true reality from which we are the source, that is the source of all things, that we all come from.
Exactly. Looking at this program, and I say this is an aha moment. We want to thank you, but looking at what Ahezaah is doing today, part of us being on this program, getting this word out, is the calling of the people. We want people to think, you know, become educated and liberated from the so-called places of worship, to truly think for themselves, because they'll not be judged when the Lord stands, they stand before the Lord on their day of judgment. They won't be there with their minister or the imam or their rabbi. The Lord will judge them by themselves for what they understood of the word, what's been given to them, and what Ahezaah sending forth now for them today. And many of them will take upon themselves not wanting to realize that or accept that. But like I said, we say things in this program, we want you to be thought-provoking. We want to put controversy in your thinking to make you look to what's being said today. Many people, he's been out here for 26 years now, Lord Holy-Apostle Deen, giving forth Ahezaah's words. And many people have run, come heard the word, and turned away. And many times, he always joke about it, but it's the reality is that he helped many people in giving the Lord's message. They become greater in their religion that they've turned to as they come to them. They become greater believers in Christianity, Islam, whatever, so and so on. But the mark of the man is that what Ahezaah bringing forth for him today. We challenge you to come listen to for yourself. You know, we're the spot that's hot. 8 lines average 6 and 8. You know, come on down. The word is there. Those who are looking to hear something of truth, of true value, something for you to help you in your search or journey on the road to the path of the Lord, then it's here for you.
You're talking about each individual in their own individual searches to search out the word that is about.
Right.
And by doing so, as an individual, as you're only searching out the word, looking to investigate in a true, sincere fashion, that would thus protect them from the many false prophets of past times and of present times, the false ones who go about trying to hide the reality of this revelation that's been given about, the high reality of what it's going to take for the people to find what is known as true salvation, you know. The constant trying to put fear in the people and the like, you know, to make the people fear reality of the message, you know, that is as such, you know.
Right.
So it's something that the people must take it very, very seriously, Brother Juice.
What I tell people, look for the precursor. I either have put forth a book, a forerunning book for the word for the day, called a precursor to the divine recitation. Here is the book that we're speaking about. Ahezaah is so merciful, that is given for the book. It's the book of the seven seals, the precursor to the seven seals. I'm laughing because, we on the set here, this thing is taped is live, but it's all
real.
good because
It's all real.
I put this book up here for you to look at.
Yeah.
And you see this book here, Ahezaah is bringing forth this forewarning book, a book of prophecy for the day called the precursor to the divine recitation. It's the forewarning book to the book of the coming, the divine recitation itself. And it's bringing forth Ahezaah's word about the signs of the time which is going on today. Ahezaah is so merciful that it's giving this to the world. This book, for the price that it's given, you're getting a jewel here. You're getting a jewel here. But Ahezaah is very merciful. I can't think of it enough. Have you read about this book yourself,
We talked about the precursor. Now, this is the manner in which, this is a message from the Lord to the entire world. We have a world of 6 billion people, all right? Practically, 6 billion people are not likely, may not get the opportunity to come face to face with the messenger of the Lord of all worlds, But a method has been set forth and created by that Lord of all worlds, the message of the media, the message of communication. We're talking about the book, we're talking about the media, by which the people can now have, every individual can have opportunity to have access and to meet the messenger, to learn about the information that's given forth, and to judge what it is that we're trying to bring to the people. So yes, the precursor is available right now, and it's 6 and 8 lines out in our offices. You come down, you can visit, and come and take a look.
If those who want to know about the message there, I challenge you to get this book. The reason why I say because you may not come to meet the messenger personally yourself, but you get the Lord's word that is given forth through him in this book. And it points to so many things about society, about yourself, about our community as a people, African American people that is called and chosen us to be of today. And who can pass up this, by electric media going on today? It's going out here, we have internet, like you said, TV medium, this program, and other programs. But what Ahezaah given forth today is this particular word, the word for the world today. And I challenge you and I beg you, come down to 6 and 8 and pick up this book. I tell you, you won't be disillusioned, you're missing a great day if you don't pick it up. I tell you like that.
Then we talk about the prophecy of this day. You talk about the electronic media, and if I can recall a prophecy recorded of Jesus of Nazareth talking about when the particular day of judgment, the day when the Lord casts his judgment, comes about. One of the signs of that time is that the word, the gospel, as it was referred to by Jesus of Nazareth, as it's recorded, he referred to the good news. The word would be able to be about all corners of the earth at all times, Now, we've been given the lesson that, okay, if you reflect during the time of Jesus, Jesus spoke the gospel. He was the word of the Almighty Lord at the time, and he was the medium.
Right.
Well, whom could he speak to except for the people that was in his immediate surroundings? The same thing for Moses. The same thing even for Muhammad later on, for those of the Islamic faith. Like that particular feature of being able to literally speak the pure and unadulterated word of the Lord of all worlds was not there until this day and this time. And that's when we reflected on that electronic media you're talking about, by way of the internet, by way of satellite television, by way of the light. This is a very real thing, and it's a very real, it reflects a very real thing about this time.
So that world then, that you speak about these messenger prophets that the Lord sent them to, the world they knew about, they haven't been touched with so many people. But Ahezaah is giving this information, giving this technology to the world today that they want to take credit for.
Said every corner of the world
will be touched by the Lord of the world. And they can't deny what is being put forth to them by the Lord Most High. They may want to deny, but they can't, because Ahezaah is going to keep putting it forth. And the signs of those catastrophes that's going on in the world today is part of that prophecy again, that the Lord is showing that this is his world, it does what it wants in it. It's letting you know that his messenger, his man is here today for the world. To let you know that it's for you to seek him out, because he's here for you. All you have to do is ask your Lord to guide you in the way that he desires for you to come to it, in the way that he desires. We go back to our book of Revelation again, 5:5. We keep mentioning that because that's part of our platform of what Ahezaah is doing for the world today. Getting out this word that he gave to the Lord, to John the Divine, one of the disciples, beloved companions of Jesus that the world is doing. Things that we say on this program today, people that truly know their scriptures, they know what we're saying from the Lord is real. Now, they may not take it to other people, but they know that what Ahezaah is bringing forth thus far through this program, through this meeting that's given forth today, prophecy is being fulfilled in all that's being put forth by the Lord today.
They certainly should know and see enough to investigate, to come and take a look at what we hear of the A.H.A.D believers are putting forth, to the people about fulfillment of the prophecy of the times that is in the book of Revelation, and that the prophet Muhammad knew about and professed about as well.
Exactly.
And what's recorded in the traditions of the Quran, and what is shown in the Quran too about this time.
You spoke about that, about the moon, chapter 54 of the Quran, about the moon split asunder.
Yes.
That's in the Quran that Ahezaah put forth through his name of Allah at the time given to Muhammad, that it sheds for the people.
Right.
And those that, like I said, in
that we talked about the astrological effect of the moon. What we believe is based upon the movement of the Earth's axis after the tsunami.
Right, and the tsunami, right, and the hurricane that it is.
Yeah.
And looking at that, these are things all touched upon again by Ahezaah in his books, in the other books that Ahezaah given Lord Holy-Apostle Deen to put forth, to be put out. We're trying to get forth and put out to the world today, because this information that the world is trying to keep hidden from the people at large, the population at large. They want to keep you in ignorance, in darkness, and following them, letting them be your guide and what's going on today.
Right. So, it's such important time. We don't want the people to turn away, to ignore. We find that the Muslims are ignoring the signs of the times, just like the Christians are ignoring the signs of the times. And just like people of all walks are not wanting to accept the reality that they've come face to face with. And, these things have the record of natural disasters, the turned over societies in which what was once considered not normal, and we know we're talking about certain things, is now considered as being a norm right now. Everything is backwards.
Exactly, one of the songs that the young brother entitled with his community put forth out there. But looking at what is being said today, and all that's being said today by the Lord, people are still running away from this truth. I don't know why, because it's not trying to hurt them. Ahezaah sending him here to help them help themselves and come into the reality of it.
Why might be the reality of the devil and the dupes of the devil who are constantly at work in putting forth information and disinformation to move the people, and misinformation to move the people away from what the truth is for. They're right now. We talked about how there are entities possibly in the Library of Congress per se, who have come across the terminology that's not only in the precursor to the Divine Book of Recitation, but in the Divine Book of Recitation as well, which is under copyright in some form, and the Library of Congress or other parties may have access to. And interestingly, now we look in the media, we look maybe in the movies, we look in the cinema, we starting to see certain terminologies that are attributed to the Lord Holy-Apostle Deen from the Lord Ahezaah, and now it's being put out to the people in different ways. We use the example of the movie Hellboy, and other types of information.
To those who don't know, that's one of the most blatant and open statement about the sign of being the Lord Holy-Apostle being today in the prophet Samuel. They try to translate the Samael, the resurrected. So they know these things that are either put forth thus far as true. That goes back to what we were saying before. That was just put in the scriptures that many people want to believe in is being blurred by the devil. And they making people doubt and disbelieving what's being said today. People looking at what the Lord is sending down, and they're now turning away from the very books that they call to believe in. And that's the thing that people have generally done in mankind for thousands of years. And when the Lord's man comes, brings the truth, He opens them up to themselves and to the world, and they believe it first. But as time goes away and the message is taken back, then the people fall back into the chaos, into the darkness again.
You talk about the reality of the message. The people, we had a program in which when the people experience the words, whether it's in the precursor, whether it will be from the dialogue from Lord Holy-Apostle, some of the other works, and they experience the words, it will open them up, and they will know the truth, and they will know the power of the words. But the people refuse to surrender to that truth and to that power. If they were to surrender, then they would be protected. But because they don't surrender, and if they were to surrender, the message would be made clear to them. But because they don't surrender, the message is now cloudy. That's the effect, the give and the take,
Part of putting limitation on themselves, we talked about before. Part of limiting themselves to not really fully seeking out the Lord, seeking to really surrender to the Lord as they've been prescribed, called to in the holy books. If you want to really know this word is true, I used to always tell us through Lord Father to try the Lord on His word. The Lord's word never fails in sincerity and in truth. Your prayer carpet, on your prayer closet, you go in your place, the house of worship, and going after the Lord to guide you. How is your sincerity? It's all going back to sincerity. I used to have us on this program because it guided us to believe in what is given to us is real. We bear witness to what is given us from the Lord, through this man, to show us the reality that it is the cause and the effect. of all that goes on in the world today. And it calls us to see through his eyes the signs of the Lord and being present with him, that he is part of the reality that's why the Lord is here today.
And it's something for those who will be watching this program and those who just happen to come across the program to please to give word to it, to give it an opportunity that they may be given it, to see the reality of Ahezaah, the reality of the Lord who come into to the different times under the different names to the different people, and the like. So to be saved by the Lord of all worlds, as some people have been saved and many people have not been. Many people met the judgment.
Yeah, definitely. Like the old Bible says, many are called, but few are chosen.
Yeah.
Ahezaah putting forth this word today, and fulfilling that prophecy, looking for the 144,000 that it speaks about. Those soldiers of Israel, the citizens of Israel that the Lord is bringing forth today, that people are looking for. Ahezaah is resurrecting him for being Samuel the resurrected, who was at the root of David. That people that know the Bible, go back to 1 Samuel, go to Revelation. These are the things that people know about, and they're turning a deaf ear to many times. But we let you know, he is real. What Ahezaah sitting down is real. The prophecies being manifested today to the world is real. This is part of the reality of the message that's going on today.
And there's a curse in turning away from the real and the reality of that message. And
that's the other side of that coin.
One of the signs of the curses of turning away from a message that was sent to the people is that the youth are being slaughtered. While the elders are cursing each other after fighting against truth. We talked about how the society is just run askew all over the place. And the like. And it's a great tragedy. It's a tragedy that the people has brought upon themselves by turning away from something that they can't deny. We talked about the word ignorance and how the people have duped themselves into thinking that ignorance is something that is not their fault. No, ignorance is of the fault of the people.
They've gone to the people that have done with more. They've gone for the golden calf. Ahezaah bringing forth the truth and the laws in the book of the Torah. And they turned to worshiping another idol, thinking that this would save them, this was going to guide them. Our people, by and large, have been duped by the society where they think is given to them, with the world being equal and balanced what's going on the playing field. But it's not equal, nor is it balanced.
But each of them are trying to cheat to get something, each of them have got their undercut jobs and trying to get deals and trying to capitalize on someone else at the same time. And then they imagine maybe, there's a fair world out there, not recognizing that they are the world.
That's why this country That's why the people in this country, world, they believe it's capitalism, capitalizing on people's weaknesses, shortcomings, like you said, doing people in for the greater, to serve themselves. I either send him here, Lord Holy-Apostle, not to serve himself, but he's serving the Lord and what he's given him for him to do for the world today. I either raise him up to the high degree and stature that people don't even realize, they bow before kings and all these things in nature, but not realize the true king, the true savior is with them, and he is a sign of the true king and true savior for today. People don't even realize that,
The messenger, he's more than someone that's come to just give you what they call now hope, and it's something, he's more than those people who call themselves divine. This is more, this is something that you're going to see, feel, taste, touch. This is the reality of your flesh. This is the reality of your job. This is the reality of the love of your parents, or the love of your spouses, or the love of your other family. This is something that you're going to have to give due praise and give due credit for, the source and the creator, your experiences, your experience in the world, the experience of your so-called perception of reality. This is that time. This is judgment that's come now, and it's not going to wait until the time that you have to that you pass on from this plane. This is the time of the great sacrifice that the Lord of all world is showing us an example that it's his messenger that is sent in human form, in human form that you can't have any escape from, to say that it was an angel or it was some sort of a magnificent event that you can't explain or whatever. Is coming in human form, human language, in that English that the people are running to so-called make money from, but the Lord of all worlds is still waiting for them.
I hear our theme song playing. I hear our theme song playing. Someone got to call you. It might as well be me. This is an I-hand moment. We're trying to call you to reality by Ahezaah, Allah, for this world today.
Who of you want to do things right? To keep up with keeping your lives tight. Tight as in being right with the truth of true insight. Who of you want to do things right? Who of you want to truly